Data description. Data is a collection of any number of related observations. The interception of data refers to the explanation of the meaning of the data. A data set is a collection of data that is typically presented in the form of table. Each column represents a specific variable. Each row corresponds to a question of member set data. It listed the value where each value is called a data sheet corresponding to the number of rows. The data of set may include one or more members. In statistics, the data set usually comes from the sample statistic population obtained from actual observation, and each row corresponds to a component of the observation and the population. The data set may further generate algorithms for certain kind of software for testing purposes. Some modern statistic analysis software such as SPSS help us to analyze the chosen data set. We are given a data set of process of features capture at several places with 160 observations for this assignment. We decide to choose 60 out of random cases. Our data set is secondary data, which is data was not collected and used for the original purpose of the study at hand, but rather for some other purpose. In other words, using existing data for other purpose, this is different than primary data. Compared to primary data, secondary data can save time that would otherwise be spent on collecting data. The only weakness of this data is the risk of being outdated if the data are not updated.
Welcome and hi to my lecturer and all students. My name is Siti Nuraisha binti Jahariti. My metric number is A21A3107. I want to explain about sampling data and record categorical data. Data sampling is a statistical analytic technique used to select, manipulate, and analyze a representative subset of data points to identify patterns and trends in the largest data set examined. There are 3 steps that we use. First, write down the last 2 digits of ID numbers of our group members, which are A21A3107, A21A2997, A21A3071, A21A3081, and A21A2646. Here, last 2 digits are 0797, 7181, and 46. Second, choose the lowest 2-digit number, 07, to generate exactly 60 observations based on 60 plus the lowest 2-digit number that we have chosen. Key in 67 to the case from the first 160 case, since 60 plus 07 equal to 67. Then, we select the unselected case to get our random sample. Record categorical data. We choose number 1 to 5 to replace the name of species, while for the place we record it to number 1 to 7. Here are the data that we already record.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Sharina binti Dailami. My matrix number 81A3071. I will continue this presentation with numerical descriptive measure. Here, we can see the measure of place is ungroup data. Firstly, we can see the mean is 2. Next, we can see the median and mode also 2 for this ungroup data. Next is measure of position place. Firstly, quantity 1 is 2 and quantity is 4. Next, measure of variation for place. Firstly, range, totally 6, and then variance. The variance is 84.52, and then the standard deviation is 9.19. Next, we can see the numerical descriptive measure for price. Here, we can see the median, mean, and mode calculation for measure price. Firstly, mean. The mean is 108.445. The median is 35, and the mode is 47.61. Here, we can see the calculation for quartile. For the first quartile is 355.98, and the second quartile is 70.31, and the last quartile is 169.86. Next, we can see the calculation for range, variance, and standard deviation. For range is 400.5, for variance is 9167.79, and the standard deviation is 95.75. Next, we will continue to the numerical descriptive measure for rate. Here, we can see the calculation for mean, mode, and median. For mean is 117.67, and then the mode is 49.59, and the last one is median 96.65. Here, we can see the calculation for quartile. For the quartile 1 is 32.73, for the quartile 2 is 69.65, and for the last quartile is 154.68. Here, we also can see the calculation for range, variations, and standard deviations. For the range is 4 to 5.5, for the variance is 8860.21, and the standard deviation is 94.13.
My name is Siti Aisyah binti Abdul Ghani. My metric number is 8183081. Graphical representation. Quantitative variable data. Histogram. Histogram is a bar graph that shows the frequency distribution of a data set. In a graphic representation known as a histogram, a collection of data points are arranged into user-defined range. So this is our histogram data graph of price. Next is line graph. A line graph is a representation of data that shows the numerical change of an object over a period of time. A line graph, of sometimes referred to as a line plot or a line chart, is a type of graph in which individual data points are connected by lines. So we have used line graph to make a class of weight. The third one is pie chart. Pie chart is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into slides to illustrate numerical proportion. In business, pie charts are frequently utilized. We use pie chart to refer to a place.
Statistical analysis using software. The software that we use is SPSS. SPSS is innovation software that research scientists primarily use to help them process important information in simple steps. 5.1 Numerical descriptive measure. So this is our measurement using software SPSS, but that is not have a big difference between SPSS and our calculation.
Hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a process based on some sample data and probably theory to conclude whether the hypothesis is reasonable and should not be rejected or otherwise rejected. The methodology employed by the analysis depends on the nature of the data used and the reason for the analysis. The objective of this study is to find out dependent variable and independent variable. The dependent variable are value of life insurance per year, while the independent variable are place, price, and weight.
Next, I will continue this presentation with correlation analysis. One of the analysis to assess if a variable has a relation or not is a correlation. Additionally, correlation analysis is used to determine the advantage and similarities of the chosen variable. So, using SPSS, we can conduct a correlation study on the variable we choose based on the image above. We have decided to run correlation analysis on the price, weight, and place variable in order to determine whether or not the three variables are connected. So according to the correlation study, there are significant negative and positive correlation between the variable of a price, weight, and place. Next, from the graph above is a scalar plot metric for price, weight, and place that have been calculated using SPSS. Based on the scalar plot above, price, weight, and place show a linear correlation respectively. In the diagram above, price, weight, and also place have a relationship based on the above scalar plot matrix. The relationship between price and weight is a perfect positive correlation. This indicates that price and place have a strong correlations. Thank you, that's all from me.
Next is about confidence interval. The confidence interval is the range of values over which a population parameter is expected to occur. The confidence interval for price. For this research, we have set the confidence interval by 95%. Therefore, our significant level is 5%. For the price, the confidence interval range are from 80.324 to 133.287. Next, for weight, the confidence interval range are from 86.543 to 137.887. And lastly, for place, the confidence interval range are from 2.48 to 3.35.
Hello, my name is Nurul Izzah Atira binti Azahar and my metric number is A21A2997. Now I will start my presentation about prediction modeling. For this research, we find that variable inter is weight and place. Then we make the model summary, ANOVA, coefficient and last residual statistics. For the residual statistic, we can see that it is reduced from predicted value to standard residual. Alright. For residual statistic, firstly we record for minimum chart first predicted value 1.95. Next, residual negative 2.294, and next standard predicted value negative 616, and last standard residual negative 1.703. While for maximum predicted value is 62929 and residual 3.712, and standard predicted value is 3.213, and last standard residual is 2.756. Alright, next for mean, we record firstly predicted value 2.62. Okay, for conclusion, we try to get result for the ungrouped data for mean, median and mode. Each calculation is solved according to the calculation and conclusion that have been studied. We also make a few reference in the book. In addition, we also make calculation for each of them accurately. After that, we generate graph according to the data obtained. So we generate for graph, so line graph and pie chart. Finally, we complete the statistical analysis. This section is divided into 5 sections, including numerical, descriptive, hypothesis testing, correction analysis, confidence interval, and prediction modeling. We need to use SSPS. SSPS is innovation software that research scientists primarily use to help them process important information in simple steps. That's all from us. Thank you.